Welcome students. Today this is the second class of discrete Fourier transform. In the previous class we discussed the basic idea of DFT and as well as Twiddle factor. Now today we are going to discuss about this. We have solved a numerical example using the formula of DFT. Now the problem is find out the DFT of a sequence which is given 1 1 0 0, and we have to find the IDFT of this. So these two things, one is DFT, another is IDFT. Let us assume we have taken n equal to 4, so 4-point DFT will find out, and this is the formula of the direct DFT method. Here capital N is equal to 4, so value of n will varies from 0 to 3. Okay, so also k is also from 0 to 3, because both n and k are varies from 0 to n minus 1. Here capital N is equal to 4. So if I put the value of k equal to 0 and n from 0 to 3, we can calculate the value of capital X of 0, which is 2. Similarly, we can calculate capital X of 1, means we are putting the value k equal to 1 and n equal to 0 to 3, and we'll expand this summation and we'll solve each part, and the result is 1 minus j. So by doing that, if we put the value k equal to 2 and k equal to 3, we will get the result. So the direct DFT method, the X of k is this. So this is a basically 4-point DFT, which is basically simple method. This is called direct method of calculating discrete Fourier transform. Now what is the IDFT? If I find out the IDFT, we know the IDFT formula. So difference is, it is 1 by n. For DFT it is n equal to 0 to n minus 1, but for IDFT it is k equal to 0 to n minus 1, and this was x of n previously, now it is x of capital X of k, and the rest of it is same. It was minus there, now it is plus. So this is the difference. And similarly we will put value of n equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, 0, 1, 2 and 3, I will get the result of yn. So these two things are basically, this problem is basically we solved using direct DFT method. In examination, final exam, you can get this kind of problem. Okay. Now the next topic is relation with Fourier transform as well as Z transform. We already derived this. This is the relation with DFT and DTFT. Basically DFT is basically DTFT, but defined over these values of omega. Okay. Now the relation between Z transform is this. We know the Z transform formula, and if the form IDFT formula, you can write down the value of x of n, and this value of x of n is I have put directly to x of z, and this is the relation we got in case of Z transform. So this is a relation with the Z transform. You please go through that. These are very simple things. You please go through that. Now we are going to discuss the properties of DFT. In DTFT also we have discussed properties. In Z transform we have discussed properties. So here this is the properties of DFT. Now all the properties are more or less same. Only one thing I will like to mention here, that the time shifting, because time shifting is quite different in case of DFT. So here we have a concept of circular shift. In the DTFT we have a linear shift. Now in case of DFT we introduce a new term which is called circular shift. Now what is a linear shift and what is circular shift, I will explain by this diagram. So basically, suppose these are a sequence. This is a sequence x of n defined from 0 to 3. Okay, and x of 0 is this value, x of 1, x of 2, x of 3. Okay, this is the magnitude of this. Now if I perform x of n minus 1, that means in case of linear shift it will shift right, by 1 samples. Okay, so this is called delay. So x of n minus is basically called delay, and this is linear shift. Now in case of circular shift, what I have to do, this is the circular shift. If I shift by 1 sample, the x of n minus 1, the value of x of 0 will come to x of 1, value of x of 1 will come to value of x of 2, x of 2 to x of 3. Now value of x of 3 will not go to the 4, it will circularly rotate and come in the position of x of 0. So this concept is basically called circular shift, okay, which is not there in case of discrete time Fourier transform, or any linear shift is different, okay. Now why we are doing this? Because in discrete Fourier transform our vision will be fixed between 0 to n minus 1, because the value of k is 0 to n minus 1, value of n is also 0 to n minus 1. So our vision, our vision of window is fixed. So if any sample, if we do linear shifting, it will go outside of our vision, outside of this window, and we may lose the important information. So that is why the linear shift is not valid here. We have to go for circular shift. So this is the concept of circular shifting. We can also show by a circle. Means this shifting method can be shown by a circle. This is x of 0, this is x of 0, x of 1, x of 2, x of 3. So if I do a circular shift of that, obviously the x of 0, so rotating, I am rotating in this direction, okay. So x of 0 will come here, x of 1 will come here, x of 2 will come here. So this is a clockwise rotation. We can do anti-clockwise rotation also, so no issue. So these are basically concept of circular shifting. Now this circular shifting are basically represented by modulo operation. Suppose in case of, suppose we have this capital N equal to 4, means we have a sample at 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now if I do a linear shift by 2 sample, so some sample will go to x of 5. Now this x of 5 is invalid in case of linear circular shift. So we have to perform a modulo operation by 4. So what is that? Now x of 5, how I will pronounce that? That x of 5 modulo 4. That means it is x of 5 minus 4. That means it is x of 1. So this is basically modulo operation. How we will pronounce this? I will read this expression, x of n modulo n, x of n modulo capital N, okay. So that is x of n minus 1. So this modulo operation is basically keeping all the sequence, all the samples in our vision. So this is the general description of a modulo operation. In the next class we will discuss about some properties called circular convolution and all that. These are very simple. You can go through the notes, and if you have any problem regarding this, you can directly ask me question through WhatsApp or in any format, okay. So in next class we will also discuss different method of circular convolution, okay. Thank you.